Disability. The term gets thrown around a lot, but is often not understood to its fullest. Often when people think of disability, they think of stereotypes like the blind or a person in a wheelchair, ignoring those with invisible disabilities like mental health or seizures, among other things. A disability is simply something that negatively impacts a person's day-to-day life, whether that means they can't maintain a job, or they can't walk, or they can't see, or they can't go to the grocery store. With that said, before I continue, I do want to remind you not to judge a person for using a particular accommodation. Some disabilities come in episodes, meaning that one day or 1 week it might be particularly bad, but the next they might be able to, say, get out of their wheelchair and walk using a walking stick. It doesn't mean that their need is any less valid. It just means that it's not as bad that day. So, please do not judge a person for the accommodations they use. Not everything I deal with on a daily basis is disabling. Some things are just inconvenient, while others aggravate my other symptoms, such as anxiety aggravating my autism, or my old injuries posing limitations that I must work around in the future, such as if I'm walking with my stick and I need to carry something, I will often use my backpack to carry it for me instead of relying on my sore and weakened hand. The fact that I'm autistic is hardly a closely guarded secret. If you ask politely and I feel like talking, I will happily speak with you about it. But today I will be focusing on a couple topics that are disabling, because the rest of it I could legitimately make a video on and speak at length about it. I've done better over the past years regulating my emotions, but it is something I still find myself struggling with on occasion, especially if I'm tired. But in order to help myself self-soothe when I feel myself escalating in fear, overexcitement, anxiety, any of those big emotions, I will gravitate to a soft blanket or a soft piece of fabric that I carry around with me on occasion. And it helps me self-soothe when I'm feeling overwhelmed by my emotions. The other issue I have is potentially the biggest and most problematic one: sensory overload. It is a common occurrence when I'm in a bright environment and with a lot of sounds and crowds that I will go into sensory overload, and my brain will just start to shut down. And I am no longer aware of where I am, where I'm going, and where I started. And as such, I frequently wander into danger without really realizing it. Without outside intervention, I will end up in dangerous situations, which is scary. Unfortunately, the only measures that I have found to prevent this, to deal with this, are preventative. Meaning, once I'm in a situation, I can't really get myself out. The measures in question are: I will use headphones or earbuds and either use it to muffle out the sound or play something that I can focus on and try and drown out the rest of the noises, and sunglasses to make the bright environments less bright. I'm still working on finding the cause of my dizziness, but in the meantime I've developed a few strategies to help me cope. First of which is my walking stick. Well, it's not strong enough for me to bear any significant weight on it because it does collapse like I'm demonstrating right now. It does help me orient myself in space and help me navigate when I'm having trouble doing so because of the dizziness. Alternatively, for longer outings, like multiple stop errands, say I'm stopping at Walmart and then I need to go to Best Buy, I will use the wheelchair in place of my walking stick because it helps me conserve my energy and reduces the risk of falling significantly. Additionally, I have picked up habits like drinking 4 or 5 bottles of Gatorade a day to keep myself hydrated, to keep my salts up, and just keep my electrolytes high. And also wearing compression socks, which seem to help lessen the severity and the frequency of my dizziness and syncope episodes. Environments have always caused me to go into sensory overload, but recently it has progressed to physical pain while I'm out in these bright environments. My optometrist seems to think that it's from my eyes' inability to maintain the necessary moisture levels. As such, he has recommended that I use these over-the-counter eye drops in order to artificially maintain that moisture level. Additionally, when conditions are bright enough that they're causing me pain, I use the darkest pair of sunglasses I can find to reduce that pain and help me maintain my ability to see throughout the day for as long as possible so I can continue to do whatever it is I need to do.